in order from me, starting with Peter, and each person is going to introduce themselves in 30 seconds or less.
Peter Bernstein, Senior Editor for TMC. I've been in the industry way too long. Going to talk about three things, I hope, and that'll set up the rest of everybody else. I believe we're in the post-internet age, and the we're actually in three ages. We're in the age of acceleration, which means that the only constant is change, and the only thing we know about it is accelerating. We're in the age of awareness, which subsumes all of the Internet of Things and M2M and everything else, and we're in the age of countermeasures, and I will get into that later. So I will hand it off to Larry.
Thank you. I'm Larry Lisser, president of a consulting firm called Embrace. This year we're celebrating our 10th year of helping service providers and entrepreneurs in the communications arena improve the way they go to market. It has given us very interesting visibility into the rapid innovation at the startup level, and as those folks struggle to get their innovations to market, and then alongside with the service providers who struggle to figure out which of those they should bring into their customer base. We're also the host of Startup Camp here at ITEXPO. Tonight we'll be hosting the 8th edition, and it kicks off around 4:30. Hope to see you there.
I'm Carl Ford. I'm CEO of Crossfire Media, and Crossfire Media is in partnership with TMC on M10 Evolution, Super Wi-Fi here. We also run a DevCon 5 event, which is all about the things that we care about, which is the mobile internet. And I try to actively write as best I can, and I apologize for any misspellings of your names.
Hi, I'm Phil Edholm. So I'm a little different. I came from more the industry background. After about 20 years in the industry, the last 10 of which I was CTO, CSO at Nortel, and then VP of Technology Strategy and Innovation at Avaya, I decided it was time to look at doing other things and formed a group called PKE Consulting. And we help end users and companies build out their technology innovation. I'm really excited about this ITEXPO because I think you're going to see over the next few days this merging of information and interaction technology. And a real transformation is happening in our industry that really has never happened before. And we're going to see that in lots of ways, from devices to ubiquitous bandwidth to cloud. And so we'll talk a bit about that today, but I encourage all of you, as you spend time, think about how this is going to change computing, information, interaction over the next few years.
I'm James Brehm. I'm Senior Strategist and a Technology Evangelist with Compass Intelligence. We're a boutique strategy acceleration firm. We also do a little bit of market research on the side. I'm also the co-chair of M2M Evolution with Carl. I'm really happy to be here. Compass Intelligence has been around for about 7 years. We're probably the smallest company represented up here. And that's one of the reasons why I'm really proud, because we're growing at such a great pace. I'm also here to announce that we are actually holding an event at CES this year around machine-to-machine connected devices, because we have entered an era where every device that can connect to the internet is connected to the internet and other devices, but it's not just about the connection of the device itself. That's nothing. It's about the data that comes out of it and the decisions that we make based on that data.
Good morning, I'm Eric Lanask. I'm the editorial director here at TMC. I manage a great group of editorial talent who brings you 365-day coverage of this fantastic, evolving industry on TMCnet and its family of websites. And to be honest, it's great to see you all here. I hope you enjoy the fantastic conference program that our team's put together for you.
All right, with that, we're going to start with a question. What are the 5 biggest technology trends that will impact communications and computing in the next few years?
Want me to start?
Go ahead, Peter.
Okay, so there are probably more than 5, but let's separate technologies versus trends, right? So technologies underlying things like nanotechnology and whatever's going to happen with batteries and rare minerals and things we don't even know about, and talk about the trends. And the trends are the big ones. They're the no-brainers that we all know about, which are the cloud, virtualization, and mobility. And then we get into things that are real game changers, which are HTML5, WebRTC, And don't forget the changeover from IPv4 to IPv6 as an enabling technology for the Internet of Things, which is another one. I probably missed a few, but I'm
Do you want to
gonna
just touch on that one, the IPv4 to v6? Why?
Well,
why it's enabling?
the ability to create trillions of unique addresses is what allows us to have wearable technology, to have things embedded in our clothes, in our washing machines, and almost everything. That's a real revolution, which is taking care of a network that is always on, meaning it's always 365, 24/7, and ubiquitously available, and always on, meaning ALL space WAYS. That's the profound change that we're looking at, but it only works if you have enough things that can have unique IP addresses so they can communicate. So that's my list. I don't know what you want to add.
I wanted to add something on the notion of DIY. Many years ago, when we first started building websites, we typically had people build them for us. In that industry, it moved, I think, quicker to DIY than certainly we'll see in the communications industry, but there is something similar happening. Many of you may have heard of a company called Twilio. They probably are the best branded company in what I call the DIY space, do-it-yourself, mostly because of just the enormous amount of money they've raised. But there are several lookalikes. There are Twilio-like companies in many of the major economies around the world, and they are enabling people to build their own sets of tools, systems, applications for purposes of communication in their business, whether they're building those to sell them, or now we're seeing more and more they're actually building them to use them. And I think that's also a generational issue, that as younger people come into the workforce, for them the notion of just taking something that's already built and then trying to rework it doesn't really compute. So I think we're going to see an increasing penetration of companies building the services that they require on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis.